Yeah.
What do you say? We go to the juicy one?
Oh yeah, I think we do need to move on and get right along. Hey, look, free agency started this week, but things people were talking a little early. Kyle was over here defending his team. The Falcons did nothing wrong. They went for the W. Oh well, Tina, could you kindly tell us what Kyle is referring to? Is there
Well,
tampering?
it hit the news that the Falcons are being investigated for tampering
Hmm.
before the illegal. So here's the situation. Yeah, Kyle, they did nothing wrong. As a fan, you're always going to say that. When it comes down to the actual dates and like what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do, it's looking a little murkier here. So before last Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, last Tuesday, the the teams could only talk to the agents. If
Hmm.
the players are represented by agents, you cannot talk to them directly until that time when the legal tampering period is
Hmm.
over in free agency. Anyone on that team talks to a player during that period, it's considered to be illegal tampering. And that seems to
Oh.
be what has happened here. Now, again,
Uh-oh.
we don't know all the facts. We only know what's being said or anything. But Kirk Cousins did in his press conference with the Falcons state that he had met with the head athletic trainer
Wow. Wow.
before the legal tampering period was over.
Kirk.
That's tampering. Now it gets a little juicier. He
Uh-oh.
also said that he met with the director of athletic, Ryan Pace. He didn't give a time frame for when that was. So you got that
Uh,
situation. He's also admitted in
uh,
an interview that he told the Falcons that if they wanted him to, he would contact Darnell Mooney of the
wow.
Bears.
Wow.
And the other situation that's going on in this is that supposedly there might be a situation that Kyle Pitts and Kirk Cousins talked before this. And all of that all together, if it all ends up being true, I'm sorry, Kyle, you might be crying in your Wheaties. If that happens, it's going to be a stiff fine, and it
Oof.
might even be a first round pick that's going to be taken away from the Falcons. So, again, we don't know all the facts. We only know what's in the press and everything else. So, this was kind of a we'll see what comes out in the wash,
Oh, yeah.
essentially. Okay. And I will say this, I think all the teams tamper with each other ahead of time. None of us are being stupid over here about thinking
Hmm.
that they don't talk to each other. The
They talk.
problem in this, okay, and that's the difference is you have your brand new quarterback
Yep.
that you're bringing into your team admitting in front of the press and other people that yeah, they talked to me. The NFL is going to jump on that so
Not a
fast.
good
It's
start,
not
Kirk.
even funny.
Not a good
Yeah,
start.
like no. And that's the situation that makes it a little different than what's going on in Philly.
Yeah.
Is in Philly, everyone's like, nope, we didn't talk to each other. We didn't say anything. We didn't do anything. Like, this never happened. So I think in Philly, there might have been a complaint that they were
Hmm.
talking to, because what that was is the Penn State coach, James Franklin,
Hmm.
spoke saying that the Eagles were pitching recruitment of
Hmm.
Saquon to the Eagles, and that Barkley spoke to the GM Howie Roseman.
Hmm.
Now that's a situation. That's not Saquon or Roseman or any of the Eagles saying, "Yeah, we talked to each other." That's someone else saying they talked to them.
Right.
So
Could it be the
if
rival Giants who lost Saquon?
yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, who knows? So that's the situations we've got going on with the tampering. This is going to be interesting. So, you know,
Buckle up.
I buckle up. And if it hasn't been said before, this is going to be an example of don't talk about it.
Oof.
Don't say
Ooh.
anything.
Mr. Squeaky Clean, not so clean. Oh, watch out. You
Yep.
like that? You like that, Kirk? Come on, partner. You can't give it up. You can't rat on yourself. But hey, it is what it is. At the end of the day, he's still getting what, 100 mil guaranteed. Like,
Yeah.
he's still making bank. So
the trade's still going to happen. He's still going to get there. He's still going to get his contract and everything. And Kyle saying like, "Hey, if it was your team, you'd give him a full defense too." No, I wouldn't.
That's how desperate I was. In Washington, we haven't tasted Super Bowl in over 30 years. Yeah, I might defend him. I've defended worse. Let's just say that.
I mean, Denver got caught a number of times for cap infractions and things like that. And we were notorious for it. Now, the stuff we were doing back then is now allowed, so it's a little different. But I was always one of those that's like, you know the rules. The Falcons know the rules.
Yes.
You don't, it's so clear. It literally says before this time and date, when the new league year starts, which is at 4 p.m. Eastern on that day, you cannot talk to someone who is represented by an agent. This was the whole Lamar Jackson situation where early last year where they were saying, oh, he was represented. And he said, no, I'm not. Because if you're not represented, then you can talk to them directly.
Right.
So, you know what? Falcons, we'll see what happens. But I do get Kyle's point. You are going to defend your team.
I mean, at the end of the day, I've been left with egg on my face multiple times saying my guys were in the right. And it's like, no, you weren't. You know it.
Yep.